Hello YouTube. So this is the intro for our 55 Dodge build. This is going to be the first video for it. I'm just going to kind of explain what we have, what our plans are, and the process where we're at currently right now. So we have a 55 Dodge truck that I bought for my wife. It's all torn apart right now, but found this about 4 or 5 years ago, and started doing some research, and there's not much you could do on those old Dodge frames in the sense of lowering it and customizing it and whatnot. And since my wife wanted it lowered and kind of like a resto mod, I guess, so I started doing some research and found out that you'd have to do a frame swap. And doing more research, what I chose to go with is the first gen Dakota frame swap. So we found a 87 Dodge Dakota single cab short bed that I got the frame from. I took it all apart, got the frame. So this is the frame for the 87 Dakota. Then I took the body off of the 55, had it mocked up, had new cab mounts welded on, because they're a little different. Had new cab mounts welded onto it. Then had to have a front support made and welded on for the front clip. It's kind of a mess right now, but so I had that made. So the body all fits on this perfect, and so I took the body back off, and now I'm starting to work from the frame up. So the frame's the 87 Dodge Dakota. Then I wanted to do a more beefier rear end. So the rear end that I chose is a 9 1/4 posi out of a Dodge Durango, 2000 Dodge Durango. And the gearing that I chose is 392s. So it has 392s in the back, posi from Durango. Now what I had to do, because I wanted this to stay a 5-lug, the Durango is a 6-lug, so I took the axles out and I took it to a machine shop and had them re-drill it for a 5-lug. It wasn't too bad. I think it was like a couple $100 or something. So the rear end's pretty much done. Then for the motor, I'm going out of that same Durango. We are going the 5.9 360 Magnum motor. Now the reason I chose the first gen Dakota frame is this, the ones that have the 3.9 V6 in it, they use the same Magnum mounts as the Dodge Magnum motors. So these mounts right here basically this motor will drop right into this frame. And the transmission I got is out of the same 2000 Durango. Can't remember which one it is, but it's the bigger, like heavier duty one. So we got the motor, and then out of that Durango I got the complete wire harness with computer and everything. So I'm basically building under here a Durango on a Dakota frame with a 55 Dodge body. So as of right now, what I'm doing, I painted the frame a couple days ago, just to kind of, nothing fancy, just mock it up, or scuffed it up, painted it, just to kind of protect it a little more. Now what I'm doing is the suspension, redoing the suspension on this Dakota. So I'm gonna take all the control arms off, upper and lower. I'm gonna buy brand new upper control arms, because They're pretty cheap, and they come with the ball joints and bushings all installed. And then for the bottom, I'm gonna have to just rebuild it, sand it down, paint it, put new bushings in it and ball joints. And then for the springs, I just got the springs out. I'm gonna try to find springs out of a V8 Dakota, first gen, because from what I've read, the spring rate is different. Since this was a V6, I have to go a little heavier springs because I'm dropping the V8 in it. The body's pretty good shape. Oh, for the bed I had to shorten it quite a bit. So if you could see, I had to take, oh, I can't remember, 4 inches, 3 or 4 inches out of the front, as well as, well, you can't see, I had to take another 3 inches out from the back to make it fit on here. And then I had to have some brackets made for it to lift it up so it'll clear all this. Then I also had a false floor made for it that's higher than the original floor, so it will clear everything. So yeah, that's our 55 Dakota, or 55 Dodge hot rod build for now. I'll update more videos as we go when I get all the suspension done and get the body all mocked up on it. Next step, well, after I do the suspension, I have to, since the Durango mounts differently for the brake lines, I'm going to get all new brake lines from there all the way up and convert the Dakota brake lines to the Durango brake lines, because I do have all the brake stuff that came off of the Durango, so I'm converting the brake lines back to the Durango, so everything will just plug and play basically as if this was a Durango. All right, well, that's the intro for the 55 Dodge. Another little side note, I actually got Willwood brakes for it. So they don't make it, I don't think they make a kit for the Dakota for Willwood. I couldn't find it anyway, but there's a company called, I think it's called Chassis Inc., and they do Dakota front members for older trucks and stuff. They have a lot of good information on there. So what I found out is the spindles, they use the spindles, these are the same spindles and size as like our early 80s Dodge D150, I think. So Chassis Inc. makes a kit, a bracket kit, that you buy their bracket kit, and then you buy the Willwood, I want to say it's like the D52 calipers, and then for the rotors, you get brand new rotors off of, you know, like a 82 or 83 Dodge D150. And so actually there's a company called, I think, brakeperformance.com. They have all that. So I got slotted drilled rotors, and the rotors are a little bigger than the Durango or the Dakota. I think the Dakota rotors are maybe a 10-inch. I'm not sure, 100% sure. But the Dodge D150, I want to say it's like 11 1/4 or 11 3/4 inch rotor. So you're getting a bigger rotor. Then you can put the Willwood brakes on it, and technically you have a Willwood brake setup for the Dakota for the 55. For the rear, we're just going just the drum right now until I can figure out a rear disc conversion for that. What else? What else? I'm gonna have to get a different cross member for the transmission. I think this is called the 46RE transmission. 46RE. So the regular cross member is for a different transmission. So there's Holley. Actually, Holley's kind of coming out with kits for these first gen Dakotas that you can do Hemi swaps and stuff like that in. And they actually make a cross member for all sorts of different transmissions. You can get them for the transmissions that are behind the Hemis, behind the Hellcats, whatnot. They also make brackets that will fit for the 46RE transmission. So I'm gonna get that cross member with the bracket for that. Then mock up the motor, put the transmission on the motor. I'm gonna repaint this. My wife was gonna do like a bright green, but she has since changed her mind to a different color. So I'm gonna have to repaint the motor black. She wants it black now. So the motor and trans are gonna be black. And let's see. I think that's it for now. This is like, again, like I said earlier, this is just basically an intro. There'll be more videos about this. I mean, right now it's kind of hard to see everything. I got everything completely off. I'm working with limited room in my garage. I don't have a shop. I wish I did. So I got everything kind of over to the side as I'm working on the frame right next to it. Kind of crowded, but you gotta work with what you have. And so it's working. I'm getting it apart and doing some work on it. So as I progress with this project, I will definitely keep you guys updated, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be pretty interesting series. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this just because it's completely, I mean, my wife could not have picked a harder, more challenging project than this. She wants to keep everything Dodge, Mopar Dodge, so nothing from a Chevy, Ford can basically go on this truck. I know she was kidding, but she literally told me if I put anything from a Chevy or Ford on this, she'll burn it, which I'm sure she's kidding, but she wants to keep it completely Mopar, which is fine. It just makes it a little more difficult on my part to put it all together, build it, because they don't make a lot of aftermarket parts for Dodge like they do Chevy and Ford. Even this 80s, first gen Dakota, it's kind of hard finding parts for it, for the frame, suspension. I'm having to, piece things together and do a lot of research and kind of custom build my own truck, basically. So this truck's gonna be completely custom from the ground up. Oh, the wheels, they're all bagged up, but we have all the wheels. She chose Foose. I think they're called Legends, Foose Legends. They're a 5-spoke black wheel. I think, so she's going with 2010s in the back, 28.5 in the front. The tire size I chose for the back, I want to say it was, oh man, I can't remember. I think it was a 295 35 20. I'm pretty sure 295 30 20 in the back. No, 295 35 20 in the back. And then for the front, it was, I do believe, a 255 40 20 in the front. But once I get the wheels on, I can go back over those numbers again. So yeah, that's the intro for the Dodge. I don't think I have anything else yet to talk about. Right now, since this whole truck is going to be a budget build, we're doing this whole thing. I mean, we, just try to save as much money as we can, but still build a pretty cool truck. So obviously we don't have enough money for a really nice paint job right now. So what I'm going to do is, she wants the kind of metal look like that, like just bare metal. So I was just kind of testing out right there. So what I'm going to do is sand on this complete body, front to back, all the way down to bare metal. I kind of did a little bit right there as well. That was just with a wire brush, just a couple minutes on a drill. And then from Eastwood, I got this really cool product. It's from Eastwood called Fast Etch Rust Remover and Metal Prep. So basically, this is going to, once I get the complete truck down to bare metal, I'm gonna wipe it, spray this on it, wipe it all down, and this is gonna put a coating over it to protect it and make it not flash rust, basically. And for now, until we can figure out what we're gonna do for a paint job, she'll just roll around with it bare metal, which is still a really cool look. I do like that look of the bare metal. That yellow is actually the original yellow. I've sanded it down in a couple places, and it literally goes from the yellow to the primer to the metal. And I've checked in lots of different places, inside, in the firewall, underneath, everywhere. This is the original yellow, which is pretty cool. On the bed, we were just kind of playing around with different colors. We just sprayed over the yellow with a gray just to see what she thought. She ain't really like that. So, but yeah, the complete truck was yellow. When we bought it, it was complete with the motor, everything. And so I got to take it apart, before anyone else, basically. So yeah, that's the 55 Dodge project for now, intro. I'm sure I'm missing something. There's a lot of stuff that I've already kind of done to this, and I just now decided, I'm gonna make a video just to kind of show people what we're doing, talk about it, since this is gonna be extremely custom build on a budget. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that maybe are building a truck on a budget, and maybe some things that I'm doing can help them out. So, all right, well, that's it, and I will update you guys as we go along. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.